Most of us are constantly scrolling and chasing, searching for the next distraction. But following this path is a lot like living on a junk food diet. It might fill an ache in the moment, but it can leave you sick and dying if it becomes a habit. In a world saturated with constant social interaction, digital noise, and emotional drama, there is immense value in periodically withdrawing to seek solitude and self-reflection. Philosophers, psychologists, and even quantum physics suggest that turning inward for validation and wisdom, rather than relying on external sources, leads to greater clarity, emotional resilience, and personal growth. This introspective journey isn't easy. It requires you to kick a habit. But if you take the plunge, you'll find it fosters self-awareness, authenticity, and inner validation, leading to a more centered and fulfilling life. How many times have you felt like a puppet on a string, governed by the endless demands of circumstances beyond your control, and people who don't think twice about getting as much out of you as they possibly can? We're taught to be polite, and while tactfulness is always a good thing, it's even more important to step back and set boundaries. You might not even realize how draining something or someone is until you ignore the phone call or the text and take some time to look for a little peace. It's easy to hide from certain truths when we're always occupied and on the go. But candor lives in the quiet moments. If we take some time to unplug and reflect, we open ourselves up to wisdom that can put us on a path that's healthier for the soul. Many great thinkers have extolled the virtues of stepping back from social chaos to cultivate inner wisdom. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, emphasized the importance of self-reliance. In Meditations, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Aurelius believed that true peace comes from mastering one's perceptions rather than being swayed by external drama. Similarly, Friedrich Nietzsche argued that solitude is necessary for deep thinking and self-mastery. His concept of becoming who you are requires periods of withdrawal from societal expectations to discover one's authentic self. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a proponent of transcendentalism, championed self-trust in his essay, Self-Reliance, which states, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Emerson warned against the trap of seeking external validation, urging individuals to trust their inner voice instead. Do you even remember what your inner voice sounds like? It may have been drowned out by the external noise and drama in recent years. People-pleasing can take us far away from our essence and separate us from who we truly are. But your inner voice never leaves you. It's still there, waiting for you to listen, waiting to guide you toward a more authentic way of living. Arthur Schopenhauer, a 19th century philosopher, famously remarked, "Great men are like eagles and build their nest on some lofty solitude." He suggested that withdrawing from societal interactions can be conducive to personal growth and the development of one's talents. Schopenhauer believed that self-sufficiency is a key component of happiness, advocating for periods of solitude to cultivate inner wealth and clarity. Psychiatrist Carl Jung explored the dangers of excessive external attachment and the necessity of introspection. He believed that true individuation, the process of becoming one's whole self, requires confronting the unconscious through solitude. Jung warned that those who constantly seek validation from others remain psychologically dependent, never fully developing their own identity. Jung's concept of the shadow self, the repressed parts of our psyche, suggests that avoiding introspection leads to inner conflict projected outward as drama and emotional turbulence. Hermetic teaching states, "As within, so without." Distractions may give the illusion that they're taking you away from your inner angst, but they're not. Your angst is still there, being played out to you in external conflicts and battles that suck away your joy and sap your life force. By withdrawing and engaging in self-examination, individuals integrate their shadow, leading to greater emotional stability. Jung called this practice active imagination. Modern psychology supports this idea. Studies show that people who rely on internal validation experience less anxiety and greater life satisfaction than those dependent on external approval. Internal validation is self-worth derived from within. Today's world isn't set up to make that path easy. Our society has many forces that derive great profit from exploiting our tendency to seek distraction. But what if you were to break from the herd? Following your own path leads you to an inner world that offers joy that's healthier and steadier than the quick-fix dopamine hits many of us have been living on for most of our lives. Once your soul gets a taste of that kind of true nourishment, you'll never want to go back. Interestingly, quantum physics offers a scientific parallel to the idea that inner focus shapes reality. The observer effect in quantum mechanics suggests that the act of observation influences the behavior of particles, implying that consciousness plays a role in shaping experience. This principle, when applied metaphorically to human behavior, suggests that where we direct our attention, whether internal or external, alters our perception of reality. If you constantly seek external validation, you remain entangled in other people's expectations. You become a feather in the wind, blown this way and that by the whims and fancies of those around you. You surrender control of your happiness, your joy, your life, handing the steering wheel to others who may not have your best interests at heart. That's not to say that other people are consciously trying to do you harm, but anytime you relinquish sovereignty to another, you pay a price. By turning inward, observing our own thoughts and emotions, we gain agency over our mental and emotional states. In today's hyper-connected society, withdrawing from unnecessary drama is an act of self-preservation. Social media, gossip, and emotional dependencies create noise that distracts from self-discovery. Stepping back gives us clarity. Clarity comes from being able to seek within, and doing so requires us to pull back from the circus. Distance from external chaos allows us to hear our own thoughts. Stepping back also helps build emotional resilience. Every time we follow our intuition instead of turning our fate over to others, we become stronger and smarter. Inner validation is a gift that only gets better with time. That self-driven validation weans us from the shallow fix we get from desperately seeking the approval of others. Life requires us to have some degree of creativity, though the ways in which this plays out aren't always obvious. Creativity can be tough if you're always on the hamster wheel, scrolling, seeking, consuming. For creativity to flow, you have to trust yourself, trust your wisdom. That can be a challenge if you're always bombarding yourself with distractions. Solitude fosters deep thinking, as seen in the habits of great artists and scientists. The modern world can drain our energy, and we may not consciously realize it. We may know that we feel fatigued or listless, missing that vital spark, but the root cause of that malaise may not be clear. Hitting pause gives us the break we need to take inventory. Quantum physics suggests that attention is energy. Focusing inward conserves it. Now, let's be clear. This withdrawal isn't meant to be dramatic. No one's suggesting that you unplug your phone forever and live a life off the grid. This is quieter than that, and it lives in small choices. Instead of pressuring yourself to respond to that text from that demanding acquaintance right away, reassure yourself that the world won't fall apart if you give yourself some grace and respond when it feels comfortable to do so. And instead of reaching for your phone the moment you wake up, take some time for quiet reflection. Stop worrying so much about the expectations and demands of those around you. Put the focus on you. Your inner light is the cure for every type of darkness. From ancient philosophy to Jungian psychology and quantum theory, wisdom converges on one truth. Withdrawing from external drama and seeking your own counsel is not escapism. It is empowerment. By cultivating inner validation, we free ourselves from the turbulence of others' expectations and create a life rooted in authenticity and peace. As Jung once said, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. The greatest validation comes not from the crowd, but from the quiet confidence of knowing oneself. Thank you for watching. If this content resonates with you, please consider hitting the like button. Subscribe for more insight designed to elevate your path.